Welcome class to Physical Geography. This is just an introductory video to get you started with the first week. So what you're looking at right now is Canvas as the instructor view. So I'm going to first go to Student View. And what you'll see in the first section here, which is the home page, is just basic information about the course. And you can continue to scroll down and get, again, more basic information. Now, I like to organize Canvas through modules, but before that, you've noticed, hopefully already, that I have sent several announcements. So let's go back up to, actually I have to leave Student View, and let's talk about some of those announcements. So depending on when you're watching this video, you may or may not have seen everything here. The first announcement is focusing on the textbook. So this is something that I sent out, again, before the class actually started. And the official textbook is McKnight's Physical Geography 4th California edition. However, you can use older editions, but if it's a really old edition, you may want to run it by me through an email. This will be very important by the second week of class and extremely important for the first textbook reflection assignment. My second announcement was just a welcome letter to physical geography. So I talked about that a little bit in this announcement, but with the welcome letter, which I'll open up over here, let's scroll over here. Basically, I just give you a little bit of information about Mark Twain's quote, a little bit of structural information, like when the course starts and stops, how much time is expected of you roughly, and book, the book again. And then we have how the course is divided into four main sections. Fridays are usually when we have assignments due. Also, I've talked about this a lot. Your first assignment is due Friday, February 14th, and it allows me to see who still wants to be in the class. So you must get this done in order to stay in the class. More information about Canvas and online courses. Okay. So continuing on with the announcements, my third announcement is about the syllabus. And I talk a little bit about the syllabus here and how there are certain parts of other announcements and other documents within the syllabus. So let's just go through the syllabus very quickly. Now keep in mind the syllabus is quite lengthy, but there's going to be a syllabus quiz during the second week of class. The first page focuses on just the basics of the course. You know, what the course is, when it starts, email, address, class information, and textbook. You could scroll to page 2, and that talks a little bit about the logistics or the material of the course, student learning outcomes, classroom policies and communication policies, email etiquette, and drop policies. So please carefully read this, as it'll be very important for the course as we go forward and for the syllabus quiz. I don't allow much late work, so I have quite a bit of information on page 4 that discusses my policies with late work and some exceptions, especially if you have an extreme situation. Starting on page 5, I start talking about grades and the actual assignments that we're going to do. This is all tentative, but so far I have planned 3 midterm exams, 1 final exam, several homework assignments, including a possible field trip, and some extra credit. 6, 7, and 8 go through the schedule of these assignments. And I've highlighted the weeks that we will have a midterm or final. So please make sure you mark this in your personal calendars so that you can make sure that you basically complete all of the assignments on time. On page 9, I give you some pointers, some notes on how I'm organizing the the course and how procrastination will not work for this course. And also note that the highest of the 3 midterm exam scores will replace the lowest, but that does not include the final exam. So I also then give a summary of some of these rules, guidelines, and resources. So please read this. Also read what plagiarism is, because is not tolerated in my class or even just at Pierce College in general. I provide some textbook reading and success strategies, golden rules for college success, extra resources that don't just come from this course, but from the college itself. So look at that. And then, because I have a lot of students that are coming directly from high school, or maybe it's been a long time since you've taken a class and the last class you took was in high school, there are differences between high school and college. So based off of an educational psychology article written by Dr. Appleby, there are, definite distinctions. And one of the things that I think that surprises students is that a lot of the learning in college is done outside of the class. And there's a lot less hand-holding. Now, because this is a community college where I have a diverse student body with different skill sets, I try to help students as much as they can if they're struggling. But I have over 200 students usually in every semester, so I can't necessarily cater my teaching philosophy to each individual student. However, if you can tell me that you are struggling and let me know in advance, not just right before the class ends, I can help you as much as I can. So you have to ask for help. So that's the gist of the syllabus. But again, please read it very, very carefully. Okay. Oh, now there's still a couple more announcements here. So the next announcement is on course policies. So I talk about this and I talk about how you really need to read it carefully. The course policies are within Canvas. They're in Canvas too, but they're also in the syllabus. But I just want to highlight these. Again, I have my class philosophy, especially for online classes, my communication policies. Give me about 24 hours to respond. I usually respond in less time. It'll take longer if it's a weekend or holiday. Abide by the email etiquette, because I will ignore rude emails, so please just be constructive and professional. Drop policies, like what will happen if you don't complete the first assignment. Late work, which I've talked about already in the syllabus. And so that's just a gist of the course policies. Again, I like to set this aside and highlight it because course policies for an online course is very important to know. And then depending on when you're watching this video, you may or may not see this other announcement, which is the introductory video. So the introductory video is what I am creating right now. Okay, so let's go back to home again. That's where I kind of like to start over. And now let's go through just a couple of modules that we'll see on Canvas. So let's go to modules over here on the left. And the very first module is actually your student Canvas orientation. So if you're new to Canvas, then you might want to go through some of this so you understand how it works. Now this is where I will place my introductory video. I've decided not to put my face on this video, but maybe a future video I will include my face on it. The next module is class resources. So I will have the welcome letter, the syllabus, the course policies on here. And I just have a couple other interesting links like, ethical online communication. You could test to see if you're going to be a good online student, etc. We're going to ignore the field trip module for now. And then we have week 1. Now, I didn't cover the announcement about the first assignment because I think it'd be better to show you here in Canvas. So the very first assignment, again, you have to complete or you will be dropped. Let's open that up. In the first assignment, you will write 4 paragraphs. The first paragraph, you will describe yourself and include anything that you want to talk about and share, like the background of your life, why you're taking this course, any hobbies, and feelings about taking online courses. That's actually a kind of an interesting take on how to take these online courses, especially when it comes to a science course. I like to see students' opinions on taking classes online. And I have a link here that shows a little bit about what it takes to be a good online student. And then the second part, another 2 paragraphs. So you'll have 2 paragraphs for the first part, 2 paragraphs for the second part. I want you to tell me how physical geography has impacted you or someone you know. So you may not quite know what physical geography is. It's different from just general geography. But I have another video that talks about what physical geography is. So you can use that video to help answer the second part. So one thing I want to point out is anytime we're posting discussions on Canvas, there will be a rubric. So let's take a look at this rubric. You can open up here. You can go back to Canvas and open it up, but I have it already opened up. So you want to look over this rubric and see what it takes to be or to get an excellent score, both for the first question and the second question. Remember, the first part and second part each will require 2 paragraphs, and each paragraph will be or should be at least 5 sentences. So your entire assignment for the first week are 4 paragraphs, and each paragraph, again, at least 5 sentences. You're more than welcome to write more than that, and they should be without spelling or grammar. So please proofread your posts. Okay, so let's go back to modules. And if you scroll down underneath the first week, you could also find that rubric. Now soon, well, during the second week, I will be posting I will continually post more and more information. So for week 2, I'm going to post lectures and their slides. And once I do all that, there will be a content quiz. And then in the beginning, because this is the beginning of the course, I will also have a syllabus quiz. I decided to let people have about 2 weeks before they have to take the syllabus quiz. And then each week we'll have a different module and you'll get a better feeling for how this will work. So I hope this introductory video helps you get started with the first week, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you and see you next time.